Good morning. Greetings from Maine. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Tammy's Stitches. This is a FlossTube. Let me grab my notes here. This is FlossTube 120. No. Sorry, wrong note. This is FlossTube 121. And today is December 19th, 2025. It's getting close to the day, people. First of all, I really would like to thank everyone, absolutely everyone, for liking, subscribing, doing all the YouTubey things. I really would. It's gonna sound weird because most of the people you watch have thousands and thousands of subscribers. I do not. I have 323, and I've been doing this for probably almost a year and a half now. No, 2 years, 2.5 years. I started August 2nd, 2023, and I have been loving every minute of it. You know, I've had to scratch and claw my way up to get as many subscribers as I have, and I'm literally thrilled. I mean, you know, would I like more? Yes, who wouldn't? But I am ecstatic with the amount that I do have. So I have to say thank you all very, very much for all of your support in this journey that I am taking. I have been stitching on and off since my mid-20s, and my aunt, she taught me. She taught me how to crochet. She taught me how to cross stitch. She taught me how to do a lot of things, and I miss my aunt very much. She passed away shortly after her husband, my uncle, did. My uncle passed away in November, I think, 2023, and my aunt passed away in February 2024. So, yeah. And then my dad passed away in January of 2024. So it seems like, you know, when you're younger, you have all these people in your life, and they're family, and they all love you, and then, you know, as you start getting older, they all go away. You know, and it's a harsh reality, very harsh reality. But anyway, so I am hoping that, you know, I just want to say thank you, and I'm hoping to get more and more subscribers. I'm hoping that more of you come and like and subscribe and enjoy the things that I'm showing you. So, with that all set, let's get started, shall we? Guess what? I did 3 finishes. 3! One is definitely an FFO, but it is on its way to wherever it's going. But this one, I think it's mini stitches. I'm not quite sure. Or mini cross stitch. I don't remember where I got it. I know I got it on Etsy. And it is a little bird, and it is supposed to have a box around it, but I'm done with the boxes. Yeah, so I just did the bird, and these are perfect for ATCs. So then this is another ATC, and I got this from Donna Coolers um, 555 Christmas designs. And it is a little snowman. And the eyes might look a little bit funky, but I don't do French knots. So I thought doing the beads might make it look a little bit better. I don't know. Thoughts? Anybody have an opinion on what you think of the beads? Please voice them. I would appreciate it. But I did this on an 18 count denim Raida dyed fabric that I did myself. So yeah, they're cute. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Like I said, one I did send out as a gift. I might send out a couple more as belated Christmas presents. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. So, I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And I'm not really counting these. I mean, I'm counting them in my head, but I'm not counting. I didn't write them down in my book. I didn't do any of that. So, let's get started we'll start with the starts, I guess. This one has my, this bag I got from Jasmine's Custom Bags. And this was a special order. I ordered specifically an Alice in Wonderland bag. And it's a small one, and it's perfect because it holds my Snow Village. I need to find the rest of them. They've got to be in this house somewhere. I just have to find them. And I'm loving, I put these on my bingo. So this one got called, and is this the one I want? Yes. This is this Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Village Snow Boutique. And I'm doing this on a 16 count Snow on Aqua fabric flare. And they don't take very much. And here we go. This is how far I got this. I got 200 stitches on this. Right? Yes. And this was for my Deck the Halls bingo. And those little ornaments I did, the ATCs, those were for my Deck the Halls ornament birthday sale. So I've completed 3 ornaments. No, 4. 4 ornaments for my Deck the Halls birthday sale. So there is that. Hopefully, I'll work on this again. So I know I've got some more of these on my bingo. So I have like 6 more days. So now, next thing, I have to find it. There it is. I worked on, or I started, was Plum Street Samplers Rack Stack. Oh, I'm trying to make sure there's no glare here. There we go. I love these animal cheers. I finished 1, 2. I finished Fox View, which I'm restitching again, and I finished Snort Stack. So. And I started Gobble Gob and Raccoon Rabble, and now this one. So this is Rack Stack by Plum Street Samplers. I started this on December 15th, 2025. I'm using a 16 count, oh hush, a blue marbled Ada, and I'm using the DMC conversion, which it's mostly DMC, but I replaced any classic Colorworks and Weeks Dyeworks with the DMC alternative. So, and my goal is 3,000, and so far I've gotten 300 stitches complete, so I am at 2,700 stitches. And here I am. So here is my rack stack. This fabric is from Wicked and Whimsy on Etsy, and I got part of the border done, and I almost finished the first year. I think what I'm going to do next is trying to figure out what's the best way to put this. Okay. I'm gonna try over here and get some of these holly leaves in. And I hope to get this out one more time before Christmas. I don't have very many days, but you know, I can work on it whenever. I don't, you know, I'm not a seasonal stitcher, so. Alright, next thing I worked on, or started, was You're in the Woods #2, the Swans. I know that. I really do. They're very elegant from what I can see. Now, this is by Cottage Garden Samplings, and I started this on December 14th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Rit dyed Ada that I dyed myself. It's denim, and I'm using the called for floss. It's, well, they do have some specialty floss. I think I'm just using DMC. My goal is 2,500 stitches, and out of that 2,500, I have completed 200, and I am at 2,300 stitches. And that's where I am. I got this big tree done. I worked on this little tiny snowflake, and I worked on this tree. So there's there's a couple of trees in here. There's some snow. There's a little cabin. There's some pine cones, and then there are the swans. So, I do believe, I don't know 100%. I'll have to double check. But I think I'm going to work on this for January, if not on my bingo, just because. For the birds bingo, which is my January bingo themed bingo for the month. Okay. Now, my weekly focus this week was Jolly Enough Owl from Zanna Crosswell. Well, this week was, I've been out of sorts all week, because Monday I had to leave my house for medication, a few groceries, and it was too cold to walk my dog outside, so I took my dog to Home Depot, and we lapped it a couple of times, and then I took her to a pet store in the area. Normally my dog goes a little nuts with other dogs, because all she wants to do is play. But there was a St. Charles, mini, I don't know, terrier, that she absolutely fell in love with, and he was great. He sniffed her, she sniffed him, she didn't whine, she didn't do any of this, which was awesome. I was impressed with her at that point. Because with me, I see the way she acts with my husband, and with me, she acts completely different. Because I don't, maybe it's just because I don't put up with all her shenanigans. But that's just me. Okay. So, I did start it, but and then Tuesday I had to leave to go get blood work, and then Wednesday I had to leave and go see my the doctor that I'm getting rid of. So yesterday I stayed home and I was out of it. I was completely out of it. I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't settle on anything. So I only got 400 stitches done. And I was behind. Somehow I got behind on my weekend stitching. I don't know how I did that. But this is Jolly Enough Owl from Zanna Crosswell. And I mean, that's not it. That's it. I wanted to work on it more, but I just couldn't get myself motivated. So I only worked on it for 2 days, and I got 400 stitches. And it took me pretty much all day the second day to get those 200 stitches because I was behind on Monday. So this is Jolly Enough Owl by Zanna Crosswell. I started this on the 15th of December 2025. I'm doing it on a 25 count Easy Guide 1/1, and I'm using the Call for Floss. My goal is 5,000 stitches. Now, out of 122,500 stitches, I have completed 400, and I am only at 0.33%. And this is a big guy. Well, big for me anyway. Most people would look at it and go 350 by 350. That's nothing. But then again, they do like 900 by 900, and I don't. But here it is. That's what I got done. I have a lot of filling I need to get done. And I was trying to get that done, but it just didn't work out. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to work on it this weekend or not. We'll see. I might just put it away because I do know... No, I can't because it is on my bingo. So it will get done. There will be 200 more stitches that gets on this. Okay. Now, for my whips. I don't have a picture for this one, and I'm pretty sure at this point you get the gist. Yeah. Here it is. This is my Christmas candle. I don't know who it's from. I started on September 28th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count green Ada. I don't know if it's lucky. I don't know if it's Santa's helper, but I do know it is not boughs of holly, so I'm going to say it's probably lucky. And I'm using a Weeks Dyeworks Turkish Red. My goal for this is a 1500 or a finish. I'm thinking more along the lines of a finish. And as of Saturday, I got 620 stitches on it. So here it is. The corners, as you can see, are finished. And one whole side of this whole side is complete. I'm working in the middle of the candle, and this whole side I need to do. So I'll haul this out again on Saturday, and see what I can get done. If I finish it, cool. If I don't, I don't. And then, so I worked on that one. I also got the polar bear, which is in this bag too. I didn't do as much as I wanted to because I ran out of white, and I really wanted to get the white done. But here it is. This is the polar bear. And I'm taking this, supposed to be like some really light pink down here. I'm not doing that. So, do I have a card for this? Thought I did. Maybe not. Oh, no, that's, yes, that is it. This is a polar bear. I started this on September 12th, 2024. I'm using a 14 count Mocha Ada, and I'm using my own conversion. My goal is to finish this, and so far I have completed 1,486 stitches. And oh, sorry. Excuse me. And what I did for this was I ran out of silky bright white, so I ordered some more. And then I'm using a DMC Variations on the bottom. It's for, put it in here. Yes, it's this, and it's 4017. And that's what it looks like. It's different shades of blue. There's some light grays in there, you know. But yeah, I'm using that for the bottom. And here it is. So hopefully the next time I haul this one out, after I get my sulky, it'll be done. Hopefully my sulky probably won't show up next week, but who knows. Okay, there's that. So I only got 156 stitches done on that one. Like I said, my week was very off because not only did I leave Monday, I left Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's the most I've been out in 6 months. You know, because normally I only leave once a week, if that. So I really had a hard time focusing on anything. And then yesterday I was very antsy, very up, down, up, down, up, down. Today I'm feeling a little bit calmer, but I still have to go somewhere today, but that's an important have to. That's a have to. So, alright. So the next thing I worked on, okay, I'll be back here then. Oh, wait, hold on. That's that one. That's this one. That's that one. Is it this one? The next thing I worked on was the Christmas rooster. And I started this one on December 1st, 2025. I'm using this is from Zanna Crosswell. I do have a picture of it. I am stitching this on a 25 count here. Hold on one second. Yes, there we go. I'm I'm stitching this on a 25 count Easy Guide 1/1, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000, and out of 70,000 stitches I have completed 1,200, and I am at 1.71%, almost 2. Yay. And here we are. There is my Christmas rooster. Now, I got 209 stitches on, and then you look at me like, Tammy, how'd you get 1,200 stitches? Don't you supposed to have 1,209? No, because I took some out. And I figured to stay on top, I had to add an extra few just to make sure. So, here I am. It's really hard to see the colors in this light. This light is horrible. But they're mostly light blues and light grays and gray. So there is that one. And hopefully, I know this is coming out again for my For the Birds bingo. So I will be putting this off to the side for today, because it's not coming up again this month unless I haul it out myself. Okay. And then, and I'll work on this again today. I don't have a picture for this, but this is my Soft Wookie by Amy Lee. I restarted this on May the 4th, 2025 for Star Wars Day. I'm using an 18 count Silver Moon, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 1,000, so I have hit my goal and then some, and now it's just fight to a finish. So well, I put another 200 stitches in it, so I am at 1,420 stitches. And I will be hauling this out later on today. And here we are. Here it is. I started putting in the word fur here, and then I worked some more on the Wookie. And I backstitched a ball of, and I finished the J. So I need to put Soft Wookie. I think I know. I don't. Oh, Soft Wookie, Warm Wookie. Those words are backstitched. But I think I'm going to work more on the Wookie. So, there's that. So this will be worked on today or tomorrow. I don't know. Seems to be how Fridays are going. Okay, so Soft Wookie is my finish. Hopefully finish soon. Alright, and then I work my Motif Monday. I only have 2 more Mondays that I need to work on this one, but that's okay. Okay, so my Motif Monday is, to find it, because I have all 4 of them in here. Okay, here it is. This is my Spring Quaker from Jardin Prive. And the reason I'm doing these is because I saw Laura Stitching by the Shore do all 4 of them. She did them all in the same floss, which I think was like $9.39, but she did them on 4 different shades of, or 4 different fabrics. Well, I'm doing mine on 4 different fabrics, but I'm using either variegated or I'm using a silk, and I'm using 2 sulkies, and I'm using a anchor and they're all on, like, this one's on a Havisham, I believe. I think it's Havisham. Yes, Spring Quaker. I started this on May 27th, 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Havisham, and I'm using Sulky 4020, and my goal is 3,000, and I added 200 stitches, and I am at 2,210 stitches. I have no idea what the percentage is because this is paper. So I worked over here on this motif, and hopefully I'll get that one finished on Monday. And then I'm going to work on, there's like a key down here, and then there's more flowers down here. So we'll see. I know I have to finish up the letters up here too. So. But I'm very impressed with myself on these. I've been very consistent with doing my motifs and being very consistent with my Mondays and my Fridays and my bingos. Weeklies, I'm trying though. Next, what got spun for the bingo was, that's not it. Here it is. Jardin Prive Winter Quaker. This one has the least amount of work on it. So I put in 200 stitches. Okay, I see what I'm doing. Alright, it took me a minute. Alright, I'm doing this on I started this on July 17th, 2025. I'm using an 18 count Rit dyed Ada, which is pearl gray, I believe, which I dyed myself, and I'm using Anchor 0176. I don't have enough, unless I check 1, 2, 3 stitch and order some. My goal is 3,000 stitches. Out of that 3,000 stitches, I have completed 345, and I'm at 2,655. Now, what I'm thinking about doing, we'll see. I think I might go with my original idea, so I don't have to really buy anything. But this motif here, I'm doing an Anchor 1076. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to do a couple more with this Dying for Cross Stitch Blue Heather. And then pick another blue and do a few more. Pick another blue. I'd like to do it all in one, but you know what? If I don't have enough floss, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just go with it. So, yeah. But this has the least amount done on any of them. So I really need to, you know, maybe get this one out a little bit more. Take it from there. Because with the little bird, that's what I did. And for the one that I'm sending out. It was a stocking, so I had some Dinky Dyes Red Ho 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 silk. Put that in there, and then I had a different color of green that was variegated, so I used that for the patches on the socks, and then I used a different white for the cuff of the stocking. I don't think this one's coming out anymore. So, oh yes it is. Spring Quaker. I need that one for a couple more Mondays. At least two. Okay, so Spring Quaker, we have Winter Quaker. Okay. Alright. And then the next one that got spun was Four Seasons Winter. And yes, I worked on this all last week. But I worked 200 more stitches on it, and then realized I had a mistake. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that mistake yet. But here it is. This is from Soda Stitch Designs on Etsy. And last week I got 1,000, even over 1,000 stitches on it. I don't remember. And then this is another hand dyed by me. Yes, got 1,900 stitches on it. So this is Four Seasons Winter by Soda Stitch Designs. I started this on June 21st, 2025. Stitching it on an 18 count denim Rit dyed Aida that I did myself. It's either denim or evening shade, I'm not quite sure which one. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal for this is 2,500 stitches. Out of 6,656 stitches, I have completed 2,109, and I am at 31.69%. And I worked on the top. Now, this right here, this whole thing right here is wrong. So I might have to fix it. I'm going to fix it. But I finished the star cookie. I had the green one all the tree all done. And then I worked over here on the wreath, and I put the word winter in. So that is what I got done. And I'm very aggravated with myself, but you know what? It's human error. I put it in the wrong spot, so now I gotta fix it. So I might take a day, work on it, rip some stuff out. But not this week. So, Four Seasons Winter. And last but not least, I spun again. A little tiny decisions wheel. I do have a picture of this one. It's not very good, so I'm not going to worry about it. I know I printed one out. I just have to find them. This is Winter Quaker, and this is from Daily Pattern Post, and I restarted this on April 30th, 2025. I'm stitching this on a 25 count vintage Stormy Night, and I'm using Dying for Cross Stitch Americana. My goal for this is 2,000 stitches. Out of 25,828 stitches, I have completed 1,104. And I am at 3.43%. Now that may not sound like a lot, but doing 25 count 101, it's a lot for me anyway. So here we are. There are a couple lines I need to take out because I went a little bit too far with one of the stars. And This one right here. Got the rest of them all perfect, but screwed up that one. So I worked on the bottom to get that motivated, and then I worked on the top. And then the next time I pick this up, I'm going to work over this way and try to fix this, add more in here. I'm just trying to do this line here, get this in, and then I'll work from the bottom down. And the variegation in this thread is absolutely amazing. And when you're only doing like one stitch at a time, you know, because you want to get the max variegation, you know, that's what you do. Okay, so I might, I don't know, even, yeah, why not, put it back in there. Okay, so that's that, and I got 218 stitches on that one. So, yesterday I did an extra on my 2026 year plan. It's only 1 year plan. Everything else is subject to change. I do plans videos for the monthly bingo and whatnot every month. And then I only have one concrete plan for 2026. And I'm hoping that that one doesn't, you know, kind of go to the wayside, so to speak. So what I did yesterday was for 2026, I'm doing Year of a Gnome Go. And I have a bingo page, and it has 25, but I'm doing 26. So I'm going to be adding one. Now, my friend Sally, who lives over in Scotland, she asked me if I had the wizard gnomes from Soda Stitch Designs. I do. So I think that's going to be the 26th, even though it's got 3 gnomes. But we're both doing them all together as far as I know. So yeah. Sorry. So I did an extra yesterday and premiered it for this morning. And then now I'm doing my update. I think that's what I'm going to do for my plans from now on. Except for next week. I'll still be filming on the 26th. No. Unless Christmas is on a Friday, I will not be filming on Christmas Day. So that's that. I am planning on doing a video for my for January, which is going to be for the birds bingo. I'm thinking that February is going to be flowers. All the flowers you could imagine. And I think that for the first couple months of the year, I'm trying not to start very many things. I mean, I know I'm going to be starting new gnomes and a few new gnomes. Not a lot. Most of them are all started that I put on there. But how the gnomes work, it's the same thing as like with Go. I have a Tiny Decisions wheel on my phone that has 26 gnomes on it, or 25 gnomes on it, I don't remember which, and I'm going to spin. And If 13 comes up, then I'm going to spend 2 extras. So, and hopefully, and the same with another one. I have to do at least, a 25 and a 26. Because I'm doing 26 gnomes. There's only 12 months in the year, so maybe the first month I'll see about no. What I can do is I can do the extra one in March, because then I'll start my wizard gnomes, and then if number 13 comes up, then I'll add 2 more, and then it'll be a whole 26. And those are getting 400 stitches right across the board. So I'll have 2 weeks to work on them. So if I get 200 one week, 200 the next week, there's my 400. So, or I do it all in one shot. Call it a day. I can do them whenever, so that could be like a weekend thing. So yeah, that was that. So my plans for my plans and goals for next week are to finish up my bingo whips. And I have to say thank you very much to Stitches So Beautiful. They posted on their Facebook group that Tammy Stitches will be starting The King as a birthday start. So The King, and anybody who knows me knows this, that I have been called The Nightmare Before Christmas before. Does that name bother me? No, it doesn't. Because as far as I'm concerned, when your birthday is the day before Christmas, like mine is, you kind of have to make yourself stand out a little bit. Because everybody's so, it's all about Christmas, it's all about this, it's all about that. And I get that, but I have to make myself feel a little bit special anyway. So, this is The King. Everybody that knows me knows that my favorite all-time Halloween / Christmas movie, because in my eyes it's a Christmas movie, is Nightmare Before Christmas. And I love the movie, and I watch it every year. I don't have to necessarily watch it for Halloween. I watch it for Christmas. So, one of Tim Burton's best, in my eyes. So, this I will be starting on Wednesday. Do I have a goal for it? No, I don't. So, yeah. And then today I spun for my bingo. I did bring it in, didn't I? Yes. For my bingo, and it's my focus for next week is nope, wrong one. That's spring. I want spring. Not this one. Is Winter Cometh, and I'm working on it right now. I did not bring it in to show you, but this is what I'm working on, and I'm hoping to get the whole bottom, this whole bottom of triangle start today, or at least to get 200 stitches. And then I got thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? This turns a year old on Sunday. So I'm going to work on it Saturday. I'm going to work on it on Sunday. And then Monday until Friday next week. So I might spin twice. Tomorrow, possibly, or Sunday, to get a little bit ahead on my bingo, so I don't have to worry about it on Thursday. So, but here it is. Because I have some baking I need to do. And I have some wrapping I need to do. So, yeah. So that's this. This is Winter Cometh. And then, on Sunday, we have the winter solstice. So, I started that one on the winter solstice, and so I was on Etsy this morning trying to figure out if I wanted to do a new start for the winter solstice. Well, I did one for the autumn. It was the autumn equinox or something like that. And I started from Green Terrace. So I picked up this one from Green Terrace. And I'm thinking about doing this on a blue. Some sort of blue. And then starting it on Sunday. And I don't know, I think my goal will be try to get the row of bells done, because this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. And I also have spring and summer. So this is this is going to be my new seasonal set from Green Terrace RS on Etsy. They have fall, winter, spring, and summer. And the spring is done in a lovely green. And this summer I think it's done in pink, but I don't think so. And I did start the autumn one, and I'm doing that in a selfie. I think I'm going to do them all in selfie, just because I like selfie. So, here it is. So this will be my start. Now, and then I want to work on soft wookie, Christmas candle, and Christmas pigment to maybe get those finished up before the end of the year. And since if I double up on my bingo one day, then that'll be very helpful for me, because that means I can have a Christmas new start, or I'll work on my birthday new start. I'll work on it Wednesday and Thursday. And then, I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do for my New Year, New Start. And it's not going to be like the, Queen of Hearts from Long Dog. It's going to be a small one. And, I was looking through the new, Just Cross Stitch magazine, and I saw this. Hold, please. Okay. So there's a couple things that I might be starting. This one is a definite for sure. Because I start one every year on New Year's Eve, or I have for the past 2 years. 3 years. No, 2. And the reason why I don't know, I just absolutely love these. Don't do that again. Wait a minute. Where? I know I put it in here somewhere. to see if I can find the one I really want to do, but if I can't, then all right, where are you? Hmm. It doesn't really matter. But you know how I started the deal in the owl last New Year's Eve? They have a bear and an owl, and I want to do that one. They also have a fox, and they have a bird, and I did the hare and the deer. So yeah, and then, oh yes, and then I got this in the mail. This is the Cross Stitch Winter Stitching, just Cross Stitch magazine, and I saw this one and I'm like, oh no, gotta do it. It's called For the Birds. And this is designed by the Stitchy Princess, or Katarina something or other of the Stitchy Princess. And I have some 20 mint Ada, and I think this would be a really cute little tiny, you know, it's not necessarily a sampler, but it's, you know, it's cute, and I like it, and I think this is going to be my New Year new start. Small, easy to finish, good to go. And that is the point. I want something small, easy to finish, good to go. Because I have gotten myself very overwhelmed and very bogged down with a bunch of new starts that I just went crazy. I was starting 3 or 4 a week, you know, and I'm still starting 3 or 4 a week, and that needs to come to a instead of, you know, like flooding myself with new starts, I need to get it down to a slow trickle for a while and get some things done, because my finishes have gone to the dogs this year. And then I found this piece of cardboard, and I'm just going to keep it, and these are the 26 finishes I want to finish. Now, a lot of them I've been trying to finish for a long time, like these first 2, because these are my 2 oldest, because they were both started in 2022. So I want to get, you know, them done. So I might, if I don't work on the Christmas candle this weekend, I don't work on it. It's on mine. It'll be one of the first things I finish for the new year. You know? But right now I'm going to work on Wookiee, because that's the one I really would like to get done before the new year. If I get it done, I get it done. If I don't, I don't. You know, there's not much I can do about it. It's small enough, you know, that I should be able to get it done. And then I'm going to replace it anyway. I'm going to replace that board. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and you have a very, very happy holiday. Please enjoy Christmas, especially if you have little ones. I don't have little ones anymore, and it doesn't look like I'm getting any little ones like grandchildren, but that's okay. If that's what my stepchildren decide and what my daughter decides, then fine. But, it is what it is. So I'm hoping that, everybody has a very Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, whatever you celebrate. Or even if you don't celebrate, enjoy the day. Just enjoy the day. If you don't celebrate Christmas, take the time to spend some time with your family. Watch some old movies, play some games, whatever, just have some fun. And I hope everybody has a lovely holiday, and keep on stitching on, everybody. Bye.